What's good, baby? It's the one and only Vusi Max coming live from the Supreme Traders HQ. Alright, so guys, in today's video, we're about to make some magic happen. Alright, it's a Sunday, so we're waiting for the market open and we only want to make pips and profits this coming week. So, what I got for you guys today, as you can tell from the caption, is weekly forecast for this week's watch list, right? So I'm not gonna give you the whole watch list. I'm only gonna give you like the key currency pairs that I got in my watch list. If you wanna see the rest of the watch list, how it's looking, you only gotta do one thing, and that's to click on the link in the description box below. It's gonna add you in my WhatsApp group, and that's where you're gonna get to see the other updates and stuff like that. But other than that, guys, let's go right into it. So the first pair I got for you guys today is the Euro JPY, and we're gonna have to look at it from a daily perspective, and then like just tag along and try to follow what I'm showing you guys here, alright, because it's gonna pay off this week, alright. So the Euro JPY, looking at it from a daily perspective, it's basically been in an uptrend, because if you can look at the lows, from the first low, the second low, the third low, and then we had another low there, they're all getting higher. And if you look at the highs, the first one, the second one, and the current one, it's all been getting higher and higher and higher, all right? So the first things first, we gotta get a trend line. Alright. So with the trend line, we're gonna connect the first low and the second low like that, and then align it to the current price. And then this is what we have now. You see, guys. So that means it's connecting with all the lows. So we know this is basically the right trend line that we're supposed to be using. So now I'm seeing the highs. So I want to confirm with the highs if like there's a relationship going on there or something like that. Alright, so I'm gonna see if I can draw a top trend line. Maybe if I can start it from there, like that. Alright, guys, so if you can see now, basically we can say that this pair is in an ascending channel, right? The highs are getting higher and the lows are getting higher, but at the same time we have a trend line for the bottom and also for the top. So the last thing I'm gonna do for this one, guys, I'm gonna look for resistance zones and support zones. Anywhere where we can get like a retest or anything like that, that would be a valid area to look for that. Alright, so right off the bat, what I'm seeing is this zone up here, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna try to draw that so we can sort of see if it's valid or not. And if you can see, we basically just drew this zone, but you don't even have to take it that back. You can see that the price has been failing to actually break above this zone that is marked there by the resistance zone, right? So now it's looking, we saw a massive rejection there. So what we're looking forward to now is to basically sell this pair. I'm going to be selling this pair because it's at the resistance zone and it's testing this zone for the third time now. So it was the first time here, second time, and it's the third time here, right? So it's retesting this zone for the third time. So basically we're going to sell, and we can hopefully get out of this trade anywhere at this zone that I marked here. Alright, so now I want us to look at this pair in the H4 time frame. So coming back to the H4 now, guys, we can clearly see what's been happening this whole time, because this has been basically moving in that ascending channel like we just described it now. So if we look at it now, you can see the resistance zone that we was talking about, where the price had retested this zone 3 times now, and also the support zone has also been tested there, also there, and back here, guys. All right, so what we're gonna do now to trade this pair, you gotta go into the smaller time frame, H4 or H1, and wait for a low pullback, and then as the market pulls back, that's when you have to pay attention to it. And as the trend continues now, as the price continues to go down, that's where you want to open a sell and have your TP and SL in either of the two zones, the support zone and the resistance zone. Based on if you've been following what I've been showing you guys this whole time, you will know, guys, which one to use as your SL zone and also as your TP. All right, so that's all I'm gonna say for this pair, and I want us to go to the next one. On the next pair, guys, we're gonna be looking at the Euro USD daily, and with this one, you know, it was in the previous analysis and the one before that, because like there were just so many opportunities to trade this thing. That's why it kept on like repeating this one on the different like analysis videos that I've been dropping, and even now, like it made it to this one because I think we might be having a potential trade on this one too. So for those of you who haven't seen the previous analysis videos, then these two zones that I have marked here was because of this was major retesting zones for this pair, right? So if you look at this zone right here that I've marked, this one too, also here and there, and also there and there, and so now the price is approaching this zone again, and from what we've been seeing in the past, that's where like we get to see the demand and supply of this pair. So basically that's where we're gonna see who actually is gonna take charge of the price, in the sense that the only thing that can happen there, this thing can either go up or it can go down, right? So if you take this as a retest, then it might mean that the price is gonna push up, but before pushing up, it wants to test this zone again, because we have this line here that's a trend line, right? So in the case that this pair does like break below this retesting zone, we can only sell when it retests this zone from below. Isn't it now it's retesting from above? So we can either buy if the price continues to go up, but if it goes down, we can only sell after we see a retest from the below. So now going into the retesting zones that's at the top, this one is a support zone and this one is a resistance zone, and it's because every time when price came here, it was making a peak, meaning when the price reached the spot, it was going down from that moment onwards. So it happened here, the price went down, came back, tested, went back down, and it was crazy because he tested at the support zone, went to the resistance zone and tested it again, and then came below and they made a retest from below. So that's what I'm telling you guys when I say we can only sell if we get a retest from below. All right, so all of these zones, the one below and the one at the top, they've been getting major action when the price gets to those levels. So I'm only looking forward to see what happens now, because as you guys can see now, the price is approaching that zone, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Also because there's a trend line exactly there. So I opened these charts in the MT5 platform because I did the analysis on MT5, so it's also going to be easier for you guys to keep up with this, because this was an analysis that I had previously done. So overall, I'm liking the stance that we have in Euro USD, because it's just making opportunities after opportunities, and that's all we need. We can just like try to keep up with this and keep it in your watch list. Pay attention to the H4 after you analyze it on the daily time frame. Pay attention to the H4, and in some occasions maybe H1, but I don't like having, I don't like a chart that's too noisy, so I prefer the H4. So that's personal to me. So whatever works for you guys, do that. But as long as you can catch a few pips here or a lot of pips, but like at least if you can catch a few pips and make something here, then I'm gonna be happy. So that's all I have for the Euro USD, and then we're gonna go to gold. Yo fam, so this is what's up, right? So this is the gold chart that I'm telling you guys about. So this is the last chart that we're gonna look at on today's watch list. So this pair, you're gonna go back to the trading view platform, because this is where I did the analysis for this one. And so if you want to see the whole process of this thing, then you're gonna have to go look at the previous analysis video, which I might link in the description box below. Just check it out, man. So if you for those of you who are all caught up with what's going on, then that's good, because then that means you went and checked out the other video. So let's proceed. So we're a descending channel right there, and then a descending channel or a wedge, depending on what you want to call it. But the breakout occurred there, right? The breakout occurred there with the support zone. We also had this support zone, just in case if it didn't break out. This was gonna be where the target or the trade was gonna be closed if we sold. And then what actually happened is the price broke out, and now it seemed like the price broke out, reached the peak, and then the price came back down. So now it seemed like this price or this pair had just retested this zone here, because if you remember on the previous currency pair, I just said for us to buy, we have to get a retest from above. So if just to emphasize what I'm saying to you guys, so if the price was above this zone and then it came back down and retested, that's the only time we can buy after a retest. So for us to sell, that means that the price has to break down and come and retest from below, then we can sell. But now it's looking like it's the price has basically just retested. So what we are gonna do is we are gonna have to set a new resistance zone, which is gonna be at this area here. All right, so I'm just gonna enhance this, market green. So that is where we're gonna have the TP for this one. All right, so we're only looking to buy for this one. So how and where are we gonna buy this thing? So for that, we have to move to the H4. So guys, this is what we have now. This is our resistance zone from here, and this is our retesting zone. Obviously, I spoke to you guys about the time when I took a trade here after a retest, but this retest was on the H4 time frame. So that's the difference. We had a retest on the H4 time frame. Now we had a retest on the daily time frame, right? So best believe that this, if the price does play out the way we want it to, then it's gonna cover a whole lot of distance for this one, because it's in the daily chart, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open a buy stop at this zone here, at this previous high here. That's why I'm gonna open a buy stop. I'm gonna have a SL somewhere at this point here, just below the retesting zone. So the SL is gonna be there, right? And the TP for this one, I might not even put a TP. I might just put a trailing stop. If you know what that is, guys, I'm gonna put a trailing stop. And then, but if you want to put a TP, just put a TP here at this resistance zone. Put a TP at the resistance zone. But for you guys who know about trailing stops, just do a trailing stop and leave the rest, and let the price unfold to you guys. All right. So all in all, that's it that's all I have for you guys. Like the video, share it, and subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. I have a lot more videos coming through this week, so I'm gonna see you guys when I drop that. And everybody have a prosperous trading week. I holla back.